If this narrow waterway is blocked, India's oil bill skyrockets and the world economy trembles. Let's decode why the Strait of Hormuz matters to your UPSC and PCS preparation and also to India's future. Hello students, welcome to ETIS PCS. This is the second lecture in the series of international relations which we have launched recently. Today we decode a critical geopolitical choke point, that is the Strait of Hormuz. So let's begin with the topic. First and foremost, you must know what is strait. It is a narrow piece of sea that joins two larger seas. Why Strait of Hormuz is in news? Because of the recent Israel-Iran rivalry, it poses a significant risk to global energy security and particularly for energy dependent nations like India, with Iran reportedly warning of a possible closure of the Strait of Hormuz, that is the world's most critical oil transit choke point. The implications for crude supply and shipping routes could be severe. First, we look into the key facts related to Strait of Hormuz. So it is a narrow waterway between Iran and Oman. It connects Persian Gulf to Gulf of Oman, then to Arabian Sea in India. It is the only sea passage from Persian Gulf to open ocean. It is the world's top energy choke point. It has 20% of global oil/gas which passes daily. For example, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, Qatar, Iran trades through this strait. Now, what can be the closure threat? Oil prices could surge from $74 to $120 to $150 per barrel. It is just 33 km wide at narrowest, shipping lanes only 3 km each away, and it is highly vulnerable to disruptions. So, all these points are important from the perspective of UPSC prelims as well as upcoming Punjab PCS. So, you must be curious to know also, has the Strait of Hormuz ever closed? It has never been closed even in major wars because it's too vital for the global energy trade. Why Iran avoids shutting the Strait of Hormuz? First, it could damage ties with Oman because Oman and Iran co-shares the strait, and it can impact their relations with Gulf cooperation countries because Gulf cooperation countries are neighbors of Iran. Secondly, it can hurt China as it is top trading partner and biggest oil buyer of Iran. Thirdly, it can backfire on Iran itself because it has to shut its own oil exports. Secondly, it can trigger economic pain, sparks public anger, threatening the regime stability of Iran. What is the importance of the Strait of Hormuz for India? First, it is an energy lifeline for India as it is a key route for India's energy needs. 40% of crude oil and 54% of liquefied natural gas imports passes through it. Secondly, it can be a strategic choke point. Blockades can raise freight and insurance costs, making oil and gas more expensive for India. Thirdly, India can get global price shock also. Even without direct cuts, tensions here can spike the global oil prices, hitting India's trade deficit, forex reserves, rupees, and inflation. As you know, India is a trade deficit country, that is, we export less and import more. Thus, it will lead to worsening India's trade deficit and the inflation can rise in India. Fourth can be the China factor. Disruption to Iran China oil trade can push Chinese demand to India's suppliers, tightening supply and driving prices up for India. You should also know about GCC because GCC has also an linkage with the Strait of Hormuz. GCC is a Gulf Cooperation Council. It is an economic and political cooperation consisting of six Gulf countries, that is Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, UAE, and Bahrain. GCC countries rely heavily on oil and gas exports through this strait. As Strait of Hormuz can be a critical choke point because it connects Persian Gulf to world markets. Thus, it is vital for Gulf cooperation countries' economies. Its disruption can lead to revenue loss as well as higher global prices. Thus, regional stability in Gulf cooperation countries needed to keep Strait open. In 2016 prelims, UPSC has framed an question as we have just discussed about the Gulf Cooperation Council countries. So there was an question asked in UPSC 2016 prelims. So we're gonna cover that question. Which of the following is not a member of Gulf Cooperation Council? First Iran, second Saudi Arabia, third Oman, and fourth is Kuwait. So you have 30 seconds to answer this question. And please mention your answer in the comment box. Thank you for watching the video. Do share and subscribe the channel.